Hey Ruth and Aset and rape it down like that. If they had their own deities, why would they have done that? That shows you right there that the white man ain't original in doing shit. Ain't nothing original that he done right now except that bestiality and homosexuality. That's the only thing that he can be accredited for in this world. And mass destruction. All the evil attributes that's on this planet today. So anytime you break something down from its originality, you reverse the properties. So that one right there ain't gonna do nothing for you. You look at that, you gonna look at that, and if you pray to that, you'll never come up from under that cracker. If you worship the white man, you can never come in your heart and your mind to fight back. Because you'll say, oh, well, he was Jesus, so I'm gonna have a little mercy on him. You know, that's the Queen Mother Mary. I can't beat him into oblivion. So you got to destroy this and put this back up on the pedestal where it belongs. And if this is on the pedestal and you look out and see your woman in the position she is and your children being locked up, they want to lock our babies up at 8 years old. Damn, man, we got to draw the line somewhere. This shit is sad. They want to lock our babies up at 8 years old. And we let them. And we let them. How far we got to draw the line somewhere? We're going to have to raise this next generation to be nothing but warriors. We're going to have to produce at least 6, 7 generations that don't want to do nothing but war. That's the only way we're going to get free. If you got to wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and you got to have your fingernails done every week, and the brothers got to get a fresh pair of Timberland, $4,000 gators to go on their feet, niggas walking around with minks in the summertime, you know what I'm saying, got to go to the club, and you understand, that's just like that movie, They Live, with the white boy, Roddy Piper. And they was walking around. They was demons all the damn long. And then he finally snuck up and got some glasses where he could see that they was aliens. That when he put the glasses on, it was all kind of images on the wall. It might have said Pepsi before he put them on, but damn it, when he looked up on the wall, it says, obey. Do what the crackers say at all times. See, you got to get them glasses so you can see behind all of this. I know it's gonna hurt, but we gotta produce 5 or 6 generations that don't want to do nothing but war with the cracker. Don't care about dying, because you're dying anyway. Damn, you go in the ground and all you can show your baby, the only thing your baby got to remember you by is a damn check stub from White Castle. I mean, and I'm not knocking our people for having to do those jobs, but what I'm saying, look at where we at. Damn, your baby, that's all you're going to leave your baby, is a check stub for Mickey D's. This is a sarcophagus. And you see this queen right here, this new. I see that heaven up there in her head. That's new. Anytime you see that rectangle, that's representative of heaven on anything. So this is new. You see it with them wings. That's where the angel came from. That's where Ashaka Musa Barashango said that our African woman, the original guardian angel. This is where, so she's the original guardian of our people. That when we passed on, our set new is the one that took your soul to the gates of the judgment scene, the judgment hall of my eye. She protected you. And even when you look at Asar, his 2 sisters right behind him, got his back. I got certain carvings on the wall while the brother got his mace up in the air. The queen is right there with her hands in this position, got his back. Ain't no queen running a damn mouth against what he trying to do. If the men come to the table and we say we busting heads, I'm with you, daddy. I'm with you. Whatever you call your man, I'm with you, my king. Whatever you want to call him, I ain't mad at you. But if he come to the table, we come to the table, and the king say, it's time for war, the queen should be right there doing whatever she got to do to back us up. You can't be, no, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. See, that was in slavery. And I understand, sister, I'm going to get on the man. We all got something wrong with us. I done beat the man up, so I got to get on you too. It's a balance. And I'm doing it in love so we can get up out of this. So what they did, they take the strongest slaves and they bring them out, even on the slave boat. And they massacre in a way that puts fear in the other slave. And they'll tell the women, look, you want your son to be safe? You teach him what I tell you to teach him. Because if the little nigga act like this one, his ass going up on these hooks too, hooking our babies. If you ever seen that movie Hellraiser, how many people seen that movie Hellraiser? Where they got all them hooks that be coming out. Y'all don't understand, these crackers is masters with that. That come from slavery, hooking men. I mean, even what they call bondage. I ain't gonna put it out here today, but maybe in the future. They got these sexual practices that they call bondage, where they tie the woman up and they do all type of things to her sexually. You got to understand that was carried over from slavery. They was tying them women up and the men, and even letting their animals rape our men and women. Y'all don't want to understand that. They got all that bestiality. That's not nothing new. They've been doing it. So they even allowed their damn dogs to rape our women. Again, a Greco-Roman living in Egypt, raping down our melanin, raping down our original features and our sacred characteristics, our phenotypes. It's trying to steal Egypt. Knowing damn, I was over there. Them damn crackers was fleeing from that sun. See, that's why they don't want you over there, because you get to see them. And no matter what you read, once you see it, don't give a damn what you read, you see the science of how the raw beats on them. And then you look up on the wall, you got a living image of the cracker right there. And then you can look up on the wall and they got on basically shorts. No shirt on, small aprons. You understand what I'm saying? Soaking up the sun. And these peckerwoods over in Egypt with sun hats on. Do you see the Africans on the wall with the damn sun hat? What is, what was, what will be. That's right. That's right. Whatever. You don't want to hear me, though. So that's why you got to go and see for yourself. All right. Now I got to keep firing on the Moors. Because I'm warming up, fam. They shaking in their damn boots. I got them calling me all. You got some Moors ready to break ship. They say, damn, Seti, we know you gonna sink the ship. Please say, have mercy on me. I'm gonna change. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna realign my business. But niggas is eating off of that. Nah, the bills ain't getting paid. So now they wanna come in and try to speak, they wanna negotiate.
You see?
But what the Moors are saying Seti, even though you've been to Kemet, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, because that don't necessarily mean you know what you saw. Even though I done been under Dr. Ben for damn near 25 years, been under Ashraf Kwesi for damn near 8, been under my uncle Pianki Menkepera, who was raised up under Dr. Ben. He been in the crowd for 20 years, and I'm just ignorant. But see, a nigga will do that because he know he ain't going. See, if he know he ain't going, then he got to figure a way to discredit you going. Even though you see the eye all over the wall. What the hell you think the eye mean? It means see. Because in seeing, it establishes something that nothing that you could read could establish. Huh? That's why when you go to a court, they need an eyewitness. Right. Somebody see it happen. So they could give you the details on what happened. So the niggas filibuster. They know they ain't going, don't want to go, because if they go, then they're going to have to change what they believe in. Some people get so caught up in their teachings that they just don't want to change. But then you still got some elders that'll give that shit up because they know it's the truth if they want to save their babies. Is it do it mean so much to you that you can't give it up to save your grandbabies? Damn. Do it for them, even if you don't do it for yourself. Now this the queen. See her with the same hairstyle? I respect y'all. If y'all want to rock it like that, rock it. It's sweet. I like it. The queens did it. The Korean couldn't teach you to do that. They just provide you with the material. They didn't provide you with this. You got to control everything that you need in your society. Niggas talk about sovereignty and pull out a damn bus card. No goddamn sovereignty. Sovereignty is not a bus card. You don't go down to the county building and hand no cracker, no application. You is the damn county building. If you sovereign, you at the top. You the top of the damn food chain. Who you gonna hand something to if you at the top? Ain't nobody to hand nothing to. You at the top. But you filling out application, going down to the Peckerwood, talking about I got sovereignty. Sovereignty comes with land. It comes with land. That's how you know you sovereign. You sovereign when your women is put back up on the pedestal. Then talk sovereignty to me. When your babies ain't no longer getting murdered in these damn streets, then you sovereign. Till then, nigga, that's paper sovereignty. Like Dr. Clark said with the African nations, that's flag independence. They ain't independence, that's just flag independence. I did that one already. Now, this is the Vicky and Krishna, the blackened one. This is the Black Madonna in India. This is where it left. This shows you that it went all over the world coming up out of Africa. And they black. All of them. Black. I got to beat that. Black, not purple, blue, green, white, no other color. They black. Black was the color of divinity in Africa. You got to get back to that. Black produces all colors. It's the source of all colors. A black woman can produce every color on this planet, even an albino. But it cannot go back. It cannot reverse that property. That's what I mean by reversing property. Certain properties can't be reversed. A cracker cannot produce a pitch black Ethiopian. Once it's raped of them natural properties, it's all over. You're a mutant. And just like when foreign bodies enter your body, your immune system will send out those antibodies to attack it. So the sun is sending out those antibodies in the universe attacking these Peckerwood. And you want to dance with them. Go down to Starbucks and sip coffee with them. Again, you see the Arab praying like our queen. Praying like our queen. She didn't even know how to pray. Didn't even have a God. They was over there messing with them cows. Sheep. The Arab messed with sheep. They say the closest thing to a woman's vagina is a sheep's vagina. Because a sheep has a period. I had to tell you this. Because if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. And then you let this man cook your damn food. These low-life Peckerwoods, all in the back, jacking off, scratching their ass, don't even wash up, and then you go eat. I know, but I got to tell you. That's what they doing. I got to tell you. So they raping down the holy fountain. When you're sovereign, this is what you see. When you're a slave, this is what you see. Simple as that. When you sovereign, you see this black holy fountain. Asa sitting on the square. The queen Aset sitting on the square. Child right there getting fed. He's king, she's queen, he's sitting on her throne. Now you gonna do right? Because if you ain't doing right, nigga, you coming up off this throne. You understand that, right? Yes, baby, I understand. I understand. But then when he on the throne, it ain't like he Well, once he hit that throne, when he put down his law, then it's down. When he says it's time to war, it's time to war. I got your back, baby. Whatever you say, and I know you're gonna come from my eye, I got your back. We gotta get back to that. Leave that peck of wood alone. Keep them damn crackers out your womb. Quit producing Obamas. Little low life, the nigga ain't gonna do nothing. You know them, you know the white, you know Obama's mama was like, mama knows best. You know his mama said that to him. You think he gonna go against his mama? That's his prime source of wisdom, his mama. And she say, you listen to my daddy. Think it didn't happen? But y'all niggas looking for a savior. Jesus ain't came, Obama showed up right on time, you'll take him. He'll do till Jesus get here. That nigga's in the hands of the Peckerwood. When he got in office, the first person that he put in place was that Jew Emmanuel, his chief of staff. He went all the way to Israel, put on a yarmulke, went and laid wreaths on the damn Jewish Holocaust memorial, did all that dancing to Israel, and then when we asked him, what you gonna do for black people? The nigga said, you gotta get it in the mix of what I do for America. I'm not here for one America. I'm here for all America. Ain't that a damn shame? Hatshepsut's temple. Hatshepsut's temple. The greatest queen of ancient Egypt. And I love her, I respect her. I mean, you can't knock her for what she's done. The only thing I have a beef with was that she ruled as a king. I'm not against her ruling. She should have ruled. She was the best person to rule. But because she put on a beard, she put all them things on, then you got the children even ask me, was she on the other side? That's what happens. Right. So you don't want to be in that position of having to lead that kind of a legacy. But this temple right here is one of the grandest temples ever on this planet Earth. They talking about the 7 wonders of the world. Anything that they got on there right now, if it ain't from Africa, I can go in Africa and find a structure that'll knock it, without a doubt. Ain't nothing out of Africa that can be called 7 wonders of the world, that I can't go into Africa and find a monument that'll knock it, and knock it down hard. This is one of the wonders of the world. It looked like they constructed that yesterday. Look at that. But you got the low-life Arabs and crackers, when they come in, they knocked it down. That's right. They couldn't respect a woman up there in that position of power. Hatshepsut say she was born of a virgin birth. She say too many foreign women was coming upon the throne. These niggas couldn't keep an African woman on the throne. So when you go into Egyptian history, you will see certain periods in Egyptian history they are called intermediate periods. That's when there was turmoil. And more likely it was because some foreigners had infiltrated. They had enough power to cause the centralization to collapse. Y'all ain't learned the lesson. That's why ain't no cracker ever coming up in nothing that I give. If he bug it, that's okay. But he ain't gonna physically sit up in here and for me to look at him. And if he do, I'm gonna blaze his ass so much, he gonna think that the sun had turned up 1,000,000 hotter degrees up in here on his ass. Hatshepsut. There it is. She got the war crown on. Now I respect that. She got the war crown on. That's the war crown. Anytime you see that crown, and if you go and Sheikh Diop's book, he shows you where that's a natural headdress in Africa. When my hair was wooling up, you will see that, the front will rise up, and then you will have ridges on the side. It's a natural headdress that come into our hair. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the war crown. She went to war. She did do that. She did do that. I ain't gonna knock her for that. Here she is, kneeling. She giving praise to the gods. I respect her for that. And the sisters need to emulate Hatshepsut. Just don't put on no men garments. You see her right there with the flail and the crook. That lets you know she's the ruler. Nobody else gonna have that but the ruler. And that's the Nehemis crime. Now I showed you that one sister that had that hairstyle kind of similar to that. So we don't know what she got on up on it. It might be that same kind of hairstyle to fit right up, and just like we rock the do-rag today. We rock the do-rag today. So, you know, the brothers was wearing waves back then. I got images of it. Now there she is with the beard. That's what I'm talking about. She had to put on the false beard. But I'm not going to stay on that, but here it is. But then again, I need to stay on that because a lot of our women today, they don't understand what side of the fence they on. You see them right out here. And I know, I mean, it might be some here. I can't say it ain't. I'm not accusing nobody. But when you get a large crowd, enemies, friends, those on the right side, those on the wrong side. That's just the laws of opposite. I'm not going to be no damn fool. But she's taking the role of the Lion of Kemet, where the Mason got his concept of the raising up with the grandmaster grips of the lion's paw or the Lion of Judah. All of that is derivatives of the sacred science of the Nile Valley. There she is, with the beard. No woman got no beard. Don't no man want no woman with no beard. Just look, if you can understand, that's the only thing that I could say that where Hatshepsut went wrong. This is her metal netter in the cartouche. I can't spell it out, but that's Hatshepsut. So if you get the DVD, you can pause it and you can look it up. You could get a hieroglyphic dictionary. You could do this with your babies. That's why I put it up there. I leave it up there for a minute. You get the DVDs, you pause it, and you meditate on it. Go get your books. Go look it up on the internet, Hatshepsut, figure it out. And when you see it, put it in your brain. So when you keep seeing it, and you'll recognize it on everything. Oh, that's Hatshepsut. Oh, that's Seti. You know, you want to keep looking at it. And this is her at her temple at what they call Del El Badari, or the temple of Hatshepsut. She's in her Asarian pose. That's a Sars pose. So very well she might have passed on, because usually you don't take that position unless you pass. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Asarian position. And you see that melanin in her face. A lot of this then came off or been taken off. And you see her with the lion's mane. She's a lion. Now, again, we're looking at the man. You know that the queen, the lioness, don't have a mane. Okay then. So this is what you're starting to fall into. Now I respect her. She's one of the greatest pharaohs, male or female. She's got to be in the top 5. She's got to be in the top 5. Because she even raised Tutmosis III. And he was the greatest military general of ancient Egypt. She got to get credit for that. She got to get credit for it. Can't take that credit from her. Again, you see these mountains in the back. They carved these temples out of that solid mountain. They carved into the mountain. They didn't piece that together. They didn't piece that together. They carved into the mountain, and all the rooms that you see was carved down into the mountain, like with the Valley of the Kings. They carved down. Now, how long you think it took to develop that science? Nigga can't even build a clubhouse today. I know. You got to start turning your house into the temple. Even if you ain't dealing with geometry, get what they call Geometry for Dummies. All that for dummies books. Just start cracking it for yourself. You ain't gonna get it all, but as long as you get portions of it. Because in ancient Egypt, you had to be learned in 12 sciences and arts to be a priest. Not 1, 12. So you should start trying to pick up different kind of knowledge. Just, whatever it is, you might be interested in something, maybe you haven't taken the time to study it. Just a little bit at a time. You'll be surprised how much you will gather knowledge in a year's time, 2 years' time, 3 years' time. You'll be able to teach it after a while. And ain't never been to a Peckerwood school. You got to understand, none of these Africans that created these statues, these temples, these pyramids, ever went to a Peckerwood school. You don't need no Peckerwood to get knowledge. We can do this like we doing right now. We in a lecture format. But after this, we're going to go into a study group format where we'll be digging in them books. If you stick with me, I guarantee you that I can help you go up some levels. I'm guaranteeing you. And if I ain't got the knowledge, I know who I can go get to get you the damn knowledge. This is Senmut. This was her architect. Also, her lover, her man. I don't think they was actually married, but this kills the fact that she could have been lesbian. Had to bring that out. So she was not a lesbian. That's her daughter right there. Neferurah. That's her daughter right there. And that's her father, Senmut, one of the greatest architects that ever existed, behind Imhotep. But why don't we know of Senmut? He lived around 1480 BCE, 18th dynasty. Again, you see Heru to show you that the goddess was everywhere. She was not hidden. She was everywhere out in the open. And matter of fact, you don't even see no male deities out there. They don't get this type of upfront airplay. They in the back on the wall somewhere. But you got the goddesses out front. Matter of fact, the goddess came before the god. The first male deity you gonna see is Ptah. All before Ptah was the great mother. And still is the great mother. You just don't know it. Heru. And because you see it all over the temple, you know why the Hebrews came out worshiping Heru. Even in India today, the sacred cow. They don't even eat cows because of the Africans that took that knowledge up in India. You seen Deviki and Krishna, you see that knowledge. And here's the Tekken, the obelisk that Hatshepsut put up at the temple of Karnak, the grand temple of Karnak. She even built on that temple Asar's phallus. And I'm showing you Hatshepsut next to her great-grandmother. And do you know, if you listen to it, Hatshepsut, and you know soup come out of a chimney. Is it ironic? Even tar, when we say Nefertari, is it a coincidence that those words mean black? Again, Heru, the golden calf. Now, you see this brother right here? He got to step before Ma'at. He's in the judgment hall of Ma'at. This is her scale. She grabbed him like, nigga, come here. We're going to see if you been on the square. We're going to weigh you. And that's her feather. That's on top of her head. Yeah, that's the heart. And you see Ampu and you see Heru, which are the two sons of Asar. You see them checking the scale. Nigga, we gonna make sure that the balance is correct. We ain't gonna have no funny business. We gonna give you a fair shake and a better way. And she's grabbing him, and she's at the same time, his heart is being weighed. And this is the other side of the papyrus. You see Tahuti Jehudi, he's the recorder. Just like you see in the court system. You see the court reporter that's recording everything. This is Amit. Half hippopotamus, half lion, half, if I'm not mistaken, crocodile. All three. If you ain't right, gonna take care of business. Gonna take care of business. Ain't no doubt about it. And then you got the four sons of Heru representing north, south, east, and west, which they took and made the four gospel writers. Luke, Matthew, John, and Mark. You see them coming up out of the primeval waters. You will see these straggly lines like water that'll be down here. You also see that it's black, and you see the Nile representing the stem, and you see the Delta region represented in the lotus, and you see a saw sitting on the square. You see the 90 here. You see the 90 in the flail. You see the crook in the flail. You see the lotus here. You got to study all of that. It's telling you something. But this is the double hall of my eye. It's her hall. She's the damn judge. Because if you don't make it past that scale, you ain't gonna never see our son. Now you're looking at what they call the Venus of Willendorf. Ain't no damn Willendorf. His ancestors wasn't even, I don't even think they had went up in the cave to come up out of the cave. Our African ancestors, I don't even claim that they came from us. Anything that'll lay with an animal, rape babies, I don't have no connection to it whatsoever. So stop saying the cracker come from us. No, they didn't. Certain, it's just like certain cousins. You don't even communicate with them. Cut them off. They might have did something bogus and wrong to the family. You just don't even want to do. Certain limbs got to be trimmed off the tree. That right there, 24,000 years up. And you can see our queen right here, same style. Same style. This is her. You see the woolly hair up there? You understand what I'm saying? That she's pregnant. It's a fertility dye. This is the goddess. You don't get Ptah until around 10,000 BCE. This 15,000 years before Ptah. The goddess was first. Now you see these? This is the same representation that they found in China. The same fertility dyes. But they Chinese. They pregnant. You see when you see the breast, when you get pregnant, you know how your breasts begin to build up milk. You see it there. Now how did they get over there? And why are they black? Why is they always black? Is it a coincidence? It's not a coincidence. Because that's our people over there. They got a slant eye. I love this. You know why I love this? See who that is? That's Amun-Ra. That's king of the gods. You see what he's doing? He's giving offerings to Hathor. He's the king of the gods. And you see him? He's giving offerings to Heru. Now, if the king of the gods got to bow down to the queen, that shows you that all of the science that came up out of Africa had to come from the woman. She created the religion. She created the medicine. She even created the architecture. Everything come from the woman. And he's giving praise. Now, if the king of the gods got to give praise, nigga, you know what you got to do. He's showing you the way. You emulate Amun-Ra. Give praise to her. She got to get right, though. She ain't going to get this type of respect unless she get right. But if she get right, she could get this type of respect. And the brother going to have to get right so he know the reason why he got to give her the damn respect. And it ain't up to you to give it to her neither. Damn it, you give it to her. If she's right, she ain't got to ask for no damn respect. You give it because it's automatic. She gave you birth, nigga. What's wrong with you? And you walking around here with salad. Disrespect and spitting in the womb of your mother. Shameful, nigga. Don't ever come around me with no peckerwood. I might spit in both of y'all's face. Temple of Hathor and Nefertari. This is the first great temple ever built to a woman in Africa by Ramesses II. Thousands of years before the Taj Mahal. Where was you getting respect like this, black woman? You got to come back to your man, because the cracker ain't gonna build you nothing. He might give you a bridge card. He might give you a job and tell you don't hang around your brother. Give you a payoff so you don't come down here and build on this revolutionary science with your father and your brother and and all the family that you got, pay your ass off, and you walk around with some fake Gucci glasses on, a leather damn case, and you walk around and you go downtown to little deli contestants with the peckerwood at lunch, and then look at a brother on the street and turn your nose up in the air. But she that way because nigga, you the way you is. See how I come back? She that way because you the way you is. If you straighten up, she'll straighten up. If she straighten up, you'll straighten up. It's a balance. We got to both straighten up. We both wrong. But this shows you, black woman, that we loved you so much that we built massive temples to you. Ain't nothing like this nowhere. The Arab ain't never built nothing for an Arab woman. Shit, she got to live in the back barn somewhere. The cracker woman, she still fighting for liberation. They got the women liberation movement. Why the hell you gonna join with her? You never had to be liberated until now. Being over here in this cracker system. But this right here is the temple of Heru, Nefertari. And if you go inside, you see magnificent carvings of our queen, Nefertari. I don't want to show you it all. Get your money together and go home. All right. I ask you something. If the Jew goes to the Wailing Wall and he wails and he prays on that wall and cries and reads all type of passages out of the Old Testament, the Torah, and then the Christians go to St. Peter's and they have all these massive ceremonies, and then the Arab go to Mecca and go walk around the Kaaba and do all their ritual. I'm asking you, black man and black woman, what should this temple do for you? You should be here praying, reading on the wall, running Arabs clean into the Red Sea. If they want a goddamn Exodus, we'll give you one. We'll give you a real damn Exodus. And when I send this out, I want my African brothers and sisters to know is when they take them crackers at heads and them Arabs heads, do not bury them in Africa because they do not deserve it. Set their ass on fire. Burn their bodies. Don't even put them in the water. Come on. Burn their bodies. Put them down in the soil. You see our queens up here. And you see that this was one of the first times that a woman was constructed at the same height as a man. A lot of the times in ancient Egypt, they were small. And I don't believe that it was because they disrespected them. But like I said, when you got to Egypt, they began to lose some of that earlier traditions that was in Nubia. But Ramesses Nefertari was the daughter of the Pharaoh of Nubia. So when he stepped to her, he had to step right. Because he was building an alliance with Nubia. So when he came down there, he knew that if he had Nubia on his side, that nothing could stop the Nile Valley. So this was his offering. He said, my brother, king of Nubia, this is how much I love your daughter. And he showed him this temple. He said, now you can take my daughter's hand. Now you can take, you done right, my brother. And they built an alliance. Queen T, what more can be said? Nothing but a sister. She looked like my grandmother. My grandmother Ruth that then passed on my father's side. Reminds me so much of her, with an afro. She was one of the greatest queens of ancient Egypt. This is Akhenaten's mother. I know it hurt her. That, you know, her son went off with a peckerwood, Nefertiti. I'm sorry that I had to come like that.
Say that again, please.
Nefertiti. Yeah. She was from Mauritania. I can't hold back on the knowledge because I took an oath. Well, what I say is she was a foreigner. She was not from the royal bloodline of the Nile Valley. Okay. She was a foreigner. She might have had melanin in her skin, yeah, but she was a foreigner. Right. And just like you got some brothers that got melanin in their skin, they the biggest enemies to Africa. That's right. So they sent her in to see all that was going on, and when her daddy came in, she let him know everything, where everything was. That's what they was doing, a fifth column. in the nation. She was was the mother queen under 3 pharaohs. Her husband, Amenhotep III, under Akhenaten, and under Tutankhamun. She ruled under all 3 of them rulers. She was the mother queen, the most powerful woman in the land. And she even saved Akhenaten from an earlier death. Because when you mess with the craft of Amun-Ra, that's like messing with the Vatican of today. You gonna close down the craft of Amun-Ra? I know she was sitting over Akhenaten. Nigga, is you crazy? they already got assassins. But the only reason they didn't take his head immediately because of her. Because she had so much power that she had gathered up under her husband, Amenhotep III. And even when he was ailing, in his last days, she stepped up as Secretary of State. They was called, when the rulers across in the other lands was looking for dialogue with Egypt, they knew to automatically go to Queen T. And she also told Tutankhamun, look here, the craft of Amun-Ra, they ain't taking it. They about to kill you. As a matter of fact, he came up missing very early in his life too. He came up missing. So I don't know if we don't know for a fact, but we know that the craft of Amun-Ra came back up under Tutankhamun because his name was Tutankhaten. And then he changed his name to Amen at the end. So she was one of the mightiest rulers of ancient Egypt. Look at her lips. Now whoever knocked that head off of there had to be an ignorant, low-life, no-good cracker Arab. Look how, you can see in the lips how beautiful it would have been. Look at the cuts on that stone. Only a master could have carved that. Look at that. You can't cut that nowadays with a laser. And it's another portrayal of that statue. You know, cracker got no lips like that at all. Now, this is Ankh-Senamun. That's Akhenaten's daughter. And that's Tutankhamun. This is who Tut married. Because he had to marry that royal bloodline. Or he ain't getting on no throne. It's a matrilineal society. We went through the woman. We did not go through the man. You took the name of your mother. Go on Marvy Povich. Look how many niggas get up there and it ain't the dad. You gonna run your bloodline through that? You gonna run your bloodline through that? Do you see any women on there? Who's the mama? No. We know who's the mama. That's right. That's the purest bloodline. And then it ties you to your woman. It's like a lock. If the bloodline goes through the woman, you know you got to respect her. Because you ain't going to get on no throne. You ain't going to get, and just like in West Africa, all of those families, you got 200 cousins, 300 aunties, 400 grandmothers. How the hell you going to jump on a woman in a society like that? Man, you'll be getting ass kickings forever. They broke that up. So the mattress, you got to start going back through your woman. I know it's hard for a man to deal with that. This is Selket. She is one of the guardian angels of the dead. I'm going to show you, she's got the scorpion on her head. And this is her over Tutankhamun's royal, this is chest where the coffin was laid. And you got goddesses on all 4 corners. You see, she repulsing anything that would bother with his cot, which is his body, because that's what, in the netherworld, that's the body he's gonna use when they perform the opening of the mouth, which the pharaoh that takes his place, he performs that ceremony. So they repulsing all evil. And you see it right here as the scorpion, showing you that queen, what she'll do to you. You ain't worshiping the scorpion, but if that woman get on you, boy, you in trouble. And she done you wrong? I mean, you done her wrong? You done mess with her babies? I ain't talking about the one today that just knock your windows out because you didn't come over with the check on Friday. You know, I got to throw it out there. I'm going back and forth. I'm going to get on the man again. I'm going to get on him. They'll knock your windows out for nothing. Slit you know, because they done did it. Everybody, they done it. And regretted it and went back home and apologized. And we do a lot of things, man, and the brothers and the sisters, that we regret. That's okay. But she's a scorpion. Not because she's, like they say, vindictive. Because you know what, you see a scorpion. If you see a scorpion come, you going to flee. So that's a mother type. A mother zoo type, meaning what she would do for her nation. What she would do for her children. That's, you even see, it also got the horns of Heru on top. The combination. She feeds her nation. She feeds her children. But if you mess with them, see that on the end? That's what you will get. See, it's a deeper meaning. It's not that they worship the animal. Now you look at this. This is Mu. She's representative of the vulture. You'll see her in a lot of the zoo types of ancient Egypt. You see her in that tree, and she's pouring out water from a sacred vase. And you see her ka, but this may be the ba, I'm not for sure. And this may be her ka. And she's getting that water. She's being baptized. She's being purified. Now this is what the cracker did. Now, she's the one that took Adam and Eve up out of they supposedly purification. Offered Eve the apple. You see right there, and she gives it to Adam. She gives it to Adam. Took the tree, took the goddess of the tree, and demonized it. Everything the cracker do, he reversed the properties. He reversed it. So that's what he's done to our woman. Again, you see our queen right here with the wings. This is where your angel come from. The black woman was the original guardian angel that protected us in our death and carried us to the great hall of Ma'at so that we could be weighed and go on into heaven, which is new. The black man really ain't, I mean, as I went through that whole scenario, the man wasn't nowhere. She's the goddess that take you to Ma'at. Ma'at takes you to Nu, into heaven. Now you got the peckerwood Jesus and Allah that ain't gonna do nothing for you. Here you go. You see Ma'at. Anytime you see that feather, that's Ma'at. She's the goddess. She's the goddess, the guardian angel that protects you. Now you see the little peckerwood. Want to play Ma'at. Want to play Aset. Want to play Nu. Ain't got no melanin in her skin. Ain't got no, just pale. Just pale. I mean, just look at the bottom of her feet red. Just a true peckerwood. They represented the white supremacist system for show in that. They ain't even try to hold it up. Stealing from our black Madonna. Stealing from our set. Stealing from ISIS. Stealing from Nu. They envious of y'all. But y'all want to be them. But they want to be you. You know I ain't talking, but you know, when I speak of the brothers being wrong, I also put myself in that. I don't separate us. Okay. We ain't got much longer anyway. Well, it's about a few more left. It's about a few more left. Keep it going. You see right here, you see the two queens right here, putting the crown on his head. They crowned the man. How the hell else is he gonna become king? You see them with the crown on their head. They one gave him permission to wear it. I'm showing you this. So the queens and the king, and you see right here, you see even though he's a grown man, you see the throne represented as his mother's lap. The throne is the lap of Aset. He's sitting in his mother's lap. That's the throne. Ain't no Arab ever had no knowledge like that. Ain't no cracker never had no knowledge like that. Again, you see Pepe sitting on his mother's lap as the throne. And I'm going to end with this. This shows you where my eye comes from. You see right there with the sister that got the feather in her head. And you see it right here. So you know where the deities of Kemet come from. That's an ostrich feather right there. I don't know if that's an ostrich feather right there, but if you study the zoo type, you will see that all the zoo types are indigenous to Africa. Not one come from outside of Africa. When you look at Africa, you look at Egypt, you look at the zoo types, study the zoo types. It'll take you back to the lands where those zoo types originated from. So my brothers and sisters, I'm going to end with this one. That the black woman is God. That heaven is between a black woman's legs. When you understand Newt. And that the black man going to have to stand up on this damn square and do whatever he got to do to get this woman in a position so she can live out who she truly is. You got to give her protection. And give her protection, then the best to come out of her. And she's greater than anything we can conceive. And when we got that type of knowledge on our side, damn it, we as black men can achieve greater heights. Save her children. My plea to you. Save the black woman. Do whatever you got to do, black man, to get this woman up out of this hell. This is your brother, Sara Suten Seti, saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through education. Hotel.